Yeah, I'll admit I've played some of the Paw Patrol games as myself.
You and my daughter should hang out. You're probably better at them than she is. She's pretty good though.
Yeah, well, yes, because
Can you play as Sky? Because if you can't play as Sky, my
Is it
daughter's
the
not going
pink
to play
one
it.
with the hovercraft or whatever it is?
That's
you
the
can
one.
know any of their names.
She
But yes,
goes,
no, you
she
can.
comes over to me. She has a Switch Lite. So and then she comes over and she goes, "Dad, something's wrong." And then she's as Sky, right? And she goes, "Watch this." And she goes to like a lake in the map, and the hovercraft goes out on the lake. She goes, "Look, I can go in the water." But then she goes to like the ocean, which is like the edge of the map. And she goes, "I can't go." And I was like, "I don't know how to explain to you.
That's the end of the map.
That's
games.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
games. Yeah.
yeah.
They just put walls in places. Yeah." But she was like, "Can you fix it?" I was like, "Nah, man."
Some of the achievements are pretty brutal in those games, though. It's like collect every single one of the dog bones and stuff. Which is, I think,
She doesn't care about that shit.
I
She can't
do.
even read what it says. So, I mean, she does collect them.
She doesn't care about that dopamine rush of unlocking that achievement, though.
No, she likes the dopamine rush of that when you hit the button, the dog turns into the car that it gets in the car. You know, like it just kind of changes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I did start recording at some stage. I don't know if there's an opening in there, but you'll see.
I think there's an opening in there. I think
Yeah.
there's an opening in there.
There's definitely an
Yeah.
opening somewhere.
If not, we'll just create an opening where there wasn't already one.
Yeah. And you know we will, Luke. You of all people know we will.
It's getting a little dark now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because we've turned the lights off.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
Good morning.
Good morning. The world's still here.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm, a cozy podcast
Oh, don't say cozy. I
where
hate-
three cozy nerds
Stop
talk
it.
about the cozy news.
I fucking hate that word now. Everything.
I love it. I love it just because you hate it.
It's just so annoying.
I do see it everywhere. Have you heard about cozy fantasy? That's a thing now.
What
does it mean?
Fantasy?
I don't know.
What's
if
cozy
there's
about it?
Well, I saw one. It's about fucking elves that open a fucking bookshop cafe. So if that's not cozy, I don't know what is.
All right, I get you. All right. It just seems to get applied to everything. It's just marketing crap.
Is it just sort of like cozy fantasy? Is that just sort of like it's fantasy without any risk or anything? Like
Yeah, low key, low stakes. I think
Yeah.
you're the cozy one.
yeah.
If you're engaging in cozy media, it means that you're cozy.
Yes, it's not going to make you. It's not going to challenge you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it just used to be called dumbed down.
Used to be called young adult.
I'm so surprised. I have not seen it anywhere, but
Actually, Twilight is young adult, and that's definitely not cozy. So I retract my
Yeah.
statement.
is it Twilight? If I remember that correctly, isn't it a bit rapey
Yeah, but
and an
not
abusive relationship?
Like, I mean, it's one of those ones where it is, but like it's not. Like if you just took it at face value, it's not. It's just the kind of the implication of it.
Yeah,
is-
where I'm just going to watch you sleep and
Yeah.
not allowed to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Also, I'm 400 and you're in school, and I'm pretending
Yeah.
to be a student here. That's predatory.
yeah.
Yes.
Good books.
No, they're not.
No. Oh, okay.
You know what? I haven't read them. Maybe they're great. I know they're not, but I,
have
don't
read
want to
them.
say they're not when I haven't read them.
They're better than 50 Shades of Grey, which I couldn't get through. I'm not saying they're good.
Why you even tried to read that? That's so
for this
funny.
podcast. I said I would, and I tried, and I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Now, I am going to give a bit of a teaser.
We have a Twilight episode, right?
Yes, we
which
do.
justified me reading those books.
Oh, shut up.
You'd read them
those
before.
All right,
Am
I'm
I
into
too
them.
bright? Should I be considering
You're
this?
too bright.
Is that better?
Is that what your
Just can't
teachers
get it
told
right
you?
here.
Now,
Yes.
I do want
Yeah.
to give
Ruined my life.
I do want to give a little bit of plug for the after party this week because there's a lot of geeks of the week that
Mate, this week has
contention
been
this week.
Increasingly brutal. Well, yeah.
Oh, because I've also got to add another one to the list that we don't have.
Oh.
So
You're going to add one.
I'm going to
You're
add
going to
one.
murder someone between now and the after party.
Yeah. So be careful.
Jesus.
But yeah, I just want to give a little bit of a plug for that. So keep an eye out for that if you do want to find out who.
Yeah, we should probably explain what
Geek-
that means. The Geek of the Week is a segment where we will talk through all of the I guess, celebrities or people, famous people, people of note who have died this week.
I mean, if we've heard of you, you're famous. Unless
Yeah,
unless you went to school in our area. If
Or maybe
know
we haven't
you're
heard
a
of you,
famous
but you
person.
did something significant, and we've just learned about you because you died.
Oh,
All
there's a lot
those
of that.
people that
Yeah.
died this week.
People we have
Luke's
to tell
gonna pick-
Luke that they existed
Yes.
in the hopes that he will
Yeah.
dub them Geek
And we've got to
of the
pitch him on their achievements, much like Elon Musk, if we work for the government. And he will pick the ones that the one, sometimes two.
Sometimes
If
two.
it's-
Sometimes too, yeah.
One per week, right? If we missed a week, sometimes he'll pick two because he'll allow one from the previous week.
He'll
But
give
it'll
an
be Geek of the
honorary
Week.
last week. Who's he putting
Which is
in there?
The best person who died this week by Luke's standards.
The best
whatever that
person
means.
who died.
Yeah.
The one
I
I
know
think
this
that earned it.
But yes, to get that, you have to go to the after party, which means you have to go to patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm and give us $5 a month for the after party, which is where we keep talking for, it was an hour last week.
Yep.
So basically a whole extra
Just
episode a week.
depends how excited we are after we finish the first podcast.
Sometimes it's not
Sometimes-
an hour. I should be honest about that.
It's at least 15, but sometimes it has gone
Yeah.
longer than the main show.
It's very rarely only 15, but I don't want to oversell
We like to
it.
talk too much.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, this is how we hang out these days.
Yeah.
Because we're old men in different countries and different
Yes.
states within those countries.
Different state. I'm in a state of disrepair.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, sorry. Me and Dan are in the same state.
Oh, that's true. Luke
Okay.
commutes interstate to go to work each day.
Yep.
That's true. Yeah. 5
does
minutes
take me-
to get
yeah.
to the other state, but
It does take me 5. I could actually
And also
walk there.
My state encompasses. It
That's
envelops
true.
him. It
That's true.
circumambulates Luke.
yeah.
So
Luke's state was invented because we couldn't agree on which city,
Yeah.
should be the capital
Which is
city
kind
of
of
Australia.
ridiculous.
so funny.
And for those of you who are not in Australia, if you're in the US, as I am now, I'm in literally the smallest state in the US.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yes, Luke is just outside the smallest state in Australia, right? Canberra's smaller
Yeah.
than Tasmania? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
New South Wales is fucking enormous comparatively.
Yes.
So,
Like, we actually... Australia is sort of weird. We've got, what is it? 5 states and 2 territories or something. I forget how it is.
I think
But
that's right, yeah.
we are actually
Yeah.
the same size as the United States of America. It
Yes.
has 50 plus.
Mate, we're the same size as Europe.
yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot in the middle, but
No.
No, there's nothing going on in the middle.
And that's part of the reason. Like, there's a lot of emptiness in a lot of the places.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like your heart.
yes. So I take people out for Geek of the Week.
Ooh. Okay, so the person you put in, you murdered this person.
I am
So you
not
bear that
saying-
in mind.
I am
And
not saying
you took
that.
them out, and then you murdered them.
Yeah. I didn't use the phrase fucked to death. That's just what people are saying.
You have to wait and see.
Speaking of things that you wanted to, media that you wanted to consume to discuss on this podcast, I literally queued something up tonight to watch before this, in the half hour before this show, to be able to tell you guys that I watched it, and I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I could not watch episode 1 of The Baldwins.
Oh God,
Oh, that just seems...
I'm not. I can't. I don't think I'm going to watch
It
it.
doesn't seem
I mean,
interesting
I
at
don't
all.
watch reality TV anyway.
No, I don't tend
right?
to.
Like, I've literally made more reality TV shows than I've watched, right?
All right, Garth Marenghi.
Yeah. But I couldn't. I wanted to see Alec Baldwin. I like Alec Baldwin. I liked him before he murdered that woman.
The murderer,
and then
Alec
was
Baldwin.
weird about it.
The alleged
Yeah.
murderer.
Man,
Man,
slaughtered that woman.
I jump on a lot
Manslaughtered her.
of
Woman slaughtered?
bandwagons.
He woman slaughtered her.
Man, I loved
Manslaughter.
Will Smith before he got the stank on him. Now I'm like, fucking Will Smith can fuck off.
Yeah, he's gone weird, hasn't he?
Well, no, I think with Will Smith, he's always been weird. Like, you hear some of the stuff like that with
Yeah.
their kids and stuff about, and it's just like, really?
You know what celebrity everyone's turned on in the last couple of weeks is Ryan Reynolds.
What's he
You guys
done?
seen any of this?
Oh,
yeah,
is it,
so
this is
Oh, is this
lawsuit?
because of the Blake Lively
well,
thing?
it's come out because of the Blake Lively thing,
Yeah,
right?
right.
But you know how because everyone's going like, but she's married to Ryan Reynolds, like the nicest guy ever, and a lot
Yeah.
of co-stars have come out going,
Nicest
he's
guy
not,
ever.
mate.
Yeah, right. He's a serious businessman, probably.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what it is. He's just
Well, he's
takes
got his-
himself very seriously.
He's got his fingers in a lot of pies.
Not
Wrexham,
the way Neil
F1
Gaiman
now.
has his fingers
No.
in pies. Like, just
He gets signed contracts before he does it.
It makes
Yeah.
me think of The Rock. I think The Rock is very like his whole persona. It's all a thing. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
Very
that's
controlled.
I think that's actually changed over time. I think he was that super nice guy, but
And
then
he's just
when he
become
turned
a
into
business.
a business,
Yeah, right.
that's when he sort of changed. And I think that's sort of why, like, at the start I quite liked him, but then over time you
Quite
see
liked him.
everything.
Is he
Fuck
not your
off.
favorite
He was
actor
your
anymore?
favorite actor.
Hang on,
Luke.
hang on.
Well, no,
Who's your favorite actor now?
He was my favorite wrestler turned actor.
But now that's John Cena.
Luckily
John
for
Cena.
Dan and I, we've got recorded evidence of you
We know,
saying that he's
yeah.
your favorite actor. It's
Yeah,
called this
because
show.
he overtook the guy who plays fucking Stifler in the American Pies as your favorite actor. At
I
one
still
point.
say he's a great actor. He's not in anything anymore.
I'm not-
And then
I'm
The guy
not saying
from
he's not
Bulletproof Monk.
my favorite actor at the moment, but that may be changing, is Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds still
yeah.
seems fun.
Oh, all right.
Oh, he's definitely funny. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone's
No,
questioning.
no, I
that
think
he's funny.
fun.
Oh,
I think
fun.
it would be
yeah.
fun. Funny,
But
and
I'll
fun
say
is
this
different.
though, other than the Deadpool movies, I don't watch his movies because
Okay.
he
That's
does
true.
a lot of straight-to-video movies, and I'm
Yes.
not interested.
Well, he's
I'm
got
not
one coming
interested.
out soon, The Electric State or something, isn't that he?
Not
in that?
interested.
Oh, I watched that because it's what's his name, Simon Norwegian Man. I forget. I can't remember. I've got his books. That'll be good, right? The Electric State will be good.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
comes
you know
out-
what? I shouldn't say that.
but it's
It
not.
should be
It's
good.
not Hitman's Bodyguard 7.
I
You know?
enjoy those movies. They're just fun movies.
I've never even
Read
heard of that.
something.
There's the Hitman's
Red
Bodyguard,
Off.
and then there's the Hitman's Bodyguard's wife, and there's Red Something. They're fun movies to just throw on.
Read
and watch.
something was, which also starred The Rock.
The
Oh,
Rock.
the Christmas one.
No,
no,
there's
no.
another
No,
one.
Red's the
before
one
that.
with Gal Gadot, right?
Yeah.
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 That was an easy movie to watch.
Very easy to write too. I assume.
Yes,
For Luke, that means
For-
it's very
for
easy to play
ChatGPT.
Xbox while it's on in the background.
yes.
Yeah.
You don't really have to pay attention to plot or words.
But I don't want to see Alec Baldwin at home.
No.
And I don't want to see his wife either do or not do a
An accent?
Spanish accent.
I want to
don't-
find out if they address the fact that in that trailer, she does not have the accent anymore.
I saw just the headline or something of the Variety article or Hollywood Reporter saying she just speaks
Doesn't do it anymore.
her real accent.
Yeah, she's from Boston. I'm so confused how you can be so... I mean, she's not like a household name, right, Hilaria Baldwin, but her husband is, right? And she's very famous, right? And it'd be quite
Yeah.
easy for people, really easy for people to
fact
find
check.
out
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
from Boston and not Latino, wherever she claims
Yeah.
she's from. She should not have that accent. It's just so
Maybe she
confusing
just
to me
wants
why you
also
would
to
do
She
that.
wants to say how versatile she is as an actress and wants to get in and go, hey, I can
maybe.
do accents.
You
Yeah,
think
I
it's like
still
a
recall her
Joaquin
not knowing the
Phoenix thing?
English word for cucumber.
You say cucumber? No, it's just how embarrassing. Why do that? It's so strange.
Yeah.
Don't understand. But yeah, I would love to know. But I guess they won't talk about that. But this show is, from the trailer, is just about making the shooting about them. It seems
Yeah.
like it's just
Yeah.
such a strange move. It seems like it's about the fact that the accident happened. He shot what's her name? Can't remember, the cinematographer, and it's about them having to tell their kids about it or whatever. Right? That's basically
Jesus.
the premise of this
See,
show.
this is
I don't want to watch that.
That's
That's
what I
not
mean.
entertaining.
so
Like, whatever
strange.
publishers he had at the time, I really hope they have been fired now, because everything he'd done since the shooting has been a terrible step.
I'll say this though, I watched 4 back-to-back seasons of Rick and Morty over the last 2 weeks, and I the other night I was like, I got to watch something else. Right, I got to watch something else. But I'm just shy about new comedy, so I was like, it's got to be something I already think is funny, and so I started 30 Rock from season 1. Right?
Oh yeah.
That's always
And
good to
Alec
go back
Baldwin
to.
is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It's his absolute best work. And the writers, whoever's writing for his character, is just spot on, knows his tone knows how to
here's
bring
the
out the
thing,
comedy.
even about that show, the writers that they have, the actors, they are actually also writers on the show. Like that's
Are
not
they? Amazing.
Yeah,
That's great.
I
That's
gotta
great.
try that show again, I guess.
I don't know. I'm so surprised you can't get into it because I think it's.
I mean, I
great.
did try
It's
that hard. Let's be honest. I watched
Did you start
an episode.
from the start? Did you watch
Yeah.
the first episode?
I watched the first
funny.
episode and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Well, I mean, you know.
It's okay. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Even when
I
it's
think the
wrong.
first episode is what is very funny. So if you don't, if you didn't think that was funny,
And it's-
don't watch anymore.
I mean, I don't remember anything about it. It was a while. It was a long time ago. I couldn't even tell you how long ago. Maybe I'll try again.
It might
Look,
have
it is
been-
it's silly. It's silly.
and you might. It may be because you think Tracy Jordan's going to be the. He's great in it
Tracy's-
though.
I don't remember anything about it.
Is he
so-
like that in real life, or is this just a great character?
I think that's just him. Like,
Yeah, I get that feeling too.
Yeah.
Right? But man, some of the stuff he says, I'm just like, there's just random, like Family Guy random, which is no longer funny. It doesn't make me laugh. But he'll say something so random that I'm like, why would you think to say that? Why would you think to say that?
I'm so happy he recovered from that accident.
Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten
Yeah,
about that.
he was in a really bad accident, and they thought
car
he
accident?
wasn't. Yeah, he was in a limo and it got T-boned and sort of got. Not sort of brain damage, but there was like fears that he was sort of going to lose that quickness. But he seems to have recovered, so
Yeah,
it's quite good.
I know this is unpopular. I don't like Kenneth. I know Kenneth is everyone's favourite character, but I just can't. I can't do it. If he comes on screen, I'm like, no.
Is it the camp guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say.
Although there was this hilarious
I was
episode,
like,
like the
I've
second
seen
or third.
clips of that guy. It's got to be everyone's favorite character.
Yeah, but there is one great episode early on where Frank, who's Jack,
Jack Doherty,
Jack, who's
Alec
Baldwin. Is beating everyone at poker because he can just fucking read everyone's tells, except he can't read Kenneth because Kenneth's not thinking any thoughts. So,
Right.
No, you
I've
should
been
give it a
watching
try.
something. I watched.
Yeah.
Well, I've watched now 2 seasons of Jack Ryan, and I really enjoyed those. Season 2 set in Venezuela, very good.
And
so
have you
this
considered-
is just like the new adventures of Jack Ryan. It's like these aren't from the books. These are just
I don't think
somebody's
so. They might
written-
be.
Yeah.
I mean,
More
they're,
shows-
they're too modern to be from old
Yeah.
books. They may have adapted,
because they're not
you know,
Cold
like
War.
a plot from a.
Yeah.
No, exactly right. No, this is about Venezuela in particular. There's. It's more complicated than that. It's like.
More complicated than you just saying the word Venezuela.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say there's an election in Venezuela, and it's about the election, but it's not. It's about
The
arms. dealers,
CIA
right?
rigging the election and
No,
puppet.
they're
no?
not. But they're trying to find this other thing, and then they're interacting with a candidate, and then it looks like they're interfering with it, and then it's very like it's very political, but also a lot of action
Yeah.
and shooting
Okay.
and stuff like that. If you're a
Yeah, right.
mid-40s man like me, it's
I mean, it sounds
Good
excellent.
stuff.
I mean, I love clear and present danger. So
it's that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
season
Yeah, that
one was
one-
about like a terrorist from like a Syrian terrorist. This one's about like a arms dealers and an election in Venezuela. So it's all that things. And then the next season, which I haven't started yet, is like a Soviet, like starts in the Soviet thing with a bit of backstory, and then it's modern day Russia. It's,
I mean, they're going to have a hard time making Russia the enemy of America with everything that's happening at the
I
moment.
know it's a bit on the nose, isn't it? There,
Yeah, it is.
Turns out they're not so bad. I'm joking, of course.
Yeah, they're awful, and so's America.
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
I know Venezuela and Panama are not the same place, but you reminded me of a great book called The Tailor of Panama by John le Carré, because I'm also a 45-year-old man who likes espionage
Panama?
thrillers.
I think you mean Southern America.
Well, you're 45. Does it mean I'm 44?
Almost. And Matt goes first.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true.
This CIA agent goes down to, I think it's MI6 actually, he's British, goes down to Panama and has to recruit local spies to feed back to, he's fucking lazy, right? So he blackmails this tailor who's a tailor for like dignitaries and, generals and presidents and stuff, and says, I just need all of your secrets from everyone. But it turns out he's been lying to him, and he doesn't know any of these people. So he's been making up stories just about his wife, his friend, his wife's brother, and stuff like this, and giving them back to this spy who's been giving them back to headquarters. And but they're actually trying to start a coup, and then at some point they send in troops to just murder all those people.
Yeah, right.
That don't even know they're in fake stories. Fucking great. John le Carré. Get on it. There is a movie. It's not very good.
Yeah. Well, and I also started watching Reacher Season 3, which is good.
Reacher is something I think I will watch. I think Reacher is...
I kind of want to watch this too, I must admit.
Have you watched any of the other seasons?
I've seen a couple of episodes, but not...
Oh, no, it's good.
But it does seem... It's
just
interesting.
Dumb fun. It's about a big guy who catches a bus everywhere and then gets caught up in crimes, and he's an ex-MP, so he's good at, good at stuff. And then...
Is it episodic? Like each episode, there's a different crime that he's got to solve?
No, it's like seasonal. So this season, actually, I think I mentioned this. The big thing was that he, this season he fights someone who's bigger than him. And I've seen the guy now, and I was
bigger.
Like, is that CGI? It's not. He's a Dutch guy, right? So the guy, Alan Richardson, I think his name is, the guy who plays Reacher, is 6'1", I think.
Okay.
And you've seen him, right? He's fucking enormous.
Huge.
The guy that he's kind of... They haven't had a big fight yet, but they're not getting along. He's this Danish, I think, or Dutch actor. He's fucking 7 foot tall, ripped, and he doesn't look like... people with, like, gigantism kind of look... They're not proportional.
Oh, Jesus.
See, he just looks like a fucking enormous man. Like, he looks normal.
Have you seen this picture of him?
He's huge.
Compared to that dude, compared to Tom Cruise, who also plays
I have seen that.
Jack Reacher?
Yes. Because the scene, basically, when he first encounters him, the guy comes out, and Reacher's sat in the car, and the guy looks really big, and then it's like played like Reacher gets out, and you think, oh, she's gonna be bigger than this guy. And he gets out of the car and stands up, and I was like, fuck, that's got to be like some Hobbit style.
Camera trick. Yeah.
Camera trick, because that guy's enormous. No. That guy is
really
fucking
big.
Huge.
But he can act. They haven't just found the biggest man.
No, that's the other thing too. No, he's
Because I remember in the 80s, and don't get me wrong, I love movies from the 80s, but the remit was just find the biggest men you can and put them in a movie.
Andre the Giant, loved him.
Oh, yeah.
Not a good actor.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. And I would have watched anything with him in it.
Yes.
But if you said, is he a good actor? I'd be like, it's not the point.
But also the plot of Reacher Season 3 is quite interesting too. I was very confused at first, but I was like, oh, okay, that's actually quite clever.
Yeah, I just found that photo you had comparing them all, and it's like,
funny, right?
My God.
But I mean, in the book, does it specify Jack Reacher is really big, or is it just that this actor is big?
I think so. I haven't read the books, but I believe that because people said Tom Cruise was not particularly accurate, and the thing that they
first
latched
movie
onto,
though was quite good.
Yeah,
like whether or not he was.
So the character is largely the same. He's like the ex-military guy who just travels around on buses. He doesn't have anything, like he has just things in his pockets. Like he's got his wallet and a toothbrush and a phone, and like catches buses around America. And then when he wants new clothes, he goes into a thrift shop and he donates the clothes he's wearing and buys new clothes.
In that order?
I mean, if you
like
I wouldn't even
guy, you
wouldn't give a
clothes.
shit.
Nah.
If I was fucking ripped as him, I don't know, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
People are already looking at him. Because
would you rather be massively ripped, just naturally, right? Not because you're working out all the time, but just naturally, massively ripped, but a tiny little penis, right? Or
our normal
quite out of shape
with the
massive,
just like us, that we have.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy as I am, Dan.
Yeah, just be yourself. Yeah. I'll try the other way for a bit. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
No, I don't know. For me, I don't think this is... I think this sort of might be also natural for him a little bit, because I'm sure he does a lot of work for it as well, but he's been like
some people are just...
I've seen his... Yeah, he did a men's health thing. I mean, I talked about this on the podcast before, that it's worth watching. It's funny because he it's that, they show you what's in your fridge and what your workouts are and stuff. And his fridge, he's like, you're going to hate me because it's just junk food. I just eat whatever the fuck I want, mate. And then I go lift weights, and this is what happens.
Yeah, because I've seen him shows for like years, and that's just his body shape. It's not like other actors where you see which are constantly going up and down.
I'm not just saying. I'm sure he does lift weights and stuff. Like he must. But
I'm not saying that he doesn't. Like he does. He would work out, but I don't think it's as hard as him.
Very muscular and fucking enormous.
No, but like a mutual friend of ours. Can I say his name? Yeah, he doesn't care. He's not going to talk to us. Dick from high school, Luke. Right?
You know
Dick.
Yeah, of course.
You and Dick dated sisters once, right? Remember?
We dated the same sister, actually, but not at the same time.
Oh, yes, true. Yes. Yes, why did I think you each had one? No, you... dated the same...
Bill was dating the other one.
Bill dated the sister. Yeah,
are we allowed to name Bill?
There weren't that many women in the town we could. Yeah, this is Bill who impregnated my brother's ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
Bill's daughter's mother was my brother's long-term girlfriend.
A very small town we come from.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Dick. Oh yeah, like. We were friends when we were little kids, right? So, like, I saw him with a little kid body, which looked exactly like mine. But then when puberty hit, it hit us differently. And he just got fucking abs. And, like, for no reason, just not doing anything. He wasn't even that sporty.
Yeah, he didn't play sports, he didn't work out, and he was just...
He just was ripped. I fucking hated him for that. I fucking hated you for that, Dick.
You dick.
Yeah.
Somebody's put Severance in. I'm assuming it's Dan, unless Luke watched it.
I haven't gone back.
The last episode was maybe the best episode so far.
Really? Interesting.
I've been seeing stuff that like the innies and outies are getting closer together or something. I've been seeing articles about it, but
maybe you don't even know who's an innie and who's an outie, Luke. Maybe you don't know. What I do know is that the DOP of this whole show directed this episode. It's their directorial debut, and it's a masterclass in non-linear storytelling.
Sure. Yeah,
and
I'll give it that. Yeah. I was like I mean, looks like half of it was shot on film, or they made it look like it was shot on film.
It must be. Yeah.
Like,
and then some shots I'm like, was that even a real shot? Was that a CGI person? Because you've done something crazy with that camera.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Well, I did have a theory before I stopped watching that one of the innies was not actually being the innie anymore. It was an outie pretending to be an innie, and I think I am right on that now. I'm starting to think, and it is the redhead, isn't it?
Wait, didn't you? You've watched that episode?
Yeah, they announce it in that episode at the end.
The one that you watched that you said you were confused by.
I didn't finish watching it. I actually turned it off.
You are correct.
Yeah. Like, I had a feeling a few episodes before that was coming.
I mean, there's
that one
more to it than that, but...
Well, and I reckon, Matt...
Or less to it than that, actually.
Yeah, I reckon there's something we don't know as well, because I reckon they're playing fast and loose with the timeline now.
Oh, yeah,
because the episode after that, before this one... Usually when they do flashbacks, they make it very obvious there's a flashback, right? But when you see an innie at work... and then you see an outie in the next scene at home, you assume that's
sequential.
The same day, right?
Yeah.
Except that we saw a scene where something happened on the Severance floor, and then we saw a scene where outside redhead and outside main guy are in a Chinese restaurant talking.
Yes, yes.
And then she said, I'm sorry about the, what do they call it, the overtime event?
Yes.
Pulling him out. The other night, but we know that it was 5 months that he wasn't in the
you're right.
Severance. So that must have been...
they told them it was 5 months.
Yeah. See, someone's lying. They're either lying to each other or they're lying to us.
Yeah.
Both.
Or whoever's writing this is not keeping track.
It's
Damon Lindelof, and he's back.
Yeah, and his D doesn't care. Yeah.
I might try and give it another go, but no.
No, but I really liked this week's episode. I liked it a lot.
I liked it. I guess I'm like invested in like some of the other characters that were in this.
Yeah.
So
it was at the detriment
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like shows, and anytime people do this successfully, I'm like, fucking bravo, where characters that you think are sideline characters or just afterthought characters, they will have an episode that's a backstory and you're like, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's usually pretty good.
Yep.
Nah, still very good. Just didn't have
Sideline
any
characters bring shows together
John
without
Turturro in it, so...
No, none. Zero John Turturro.
But then I guess we got a pretty fucking good John Turturro episode last week.
Yeah.
Did you see Christopher Walken this week? Oh, also Christopher Walken as well in that episode.
Oh, he's back.
So, yeah. So, I mean, slight potential spoilers, although we've already done a few.
Luke's not watching it anymore.
Yeah, no. I meant for the listeners, slash watchers, slash witnesses. During the dinner party thing, right? And then Fields, who, I fucking love that actor, says, when 20 years ago when you were working at Lumen, and then it gets awkward, and he's like, that they only invented Severance 5 years ago, whatever it is, and then they're all like, it gets kind of awkward, and then he goes, when they're leaving, he goes, can you believe Fields got that wrong? And it's like, well, obviously that's something
you're
there.
setting this up now,
And then in an interview this week, Christopher Walken was asked, what's the deal with that? And then he goes, like, he didn't even miss a beat. He goes, fuck, sometimes you ask me when did this thing happen? I say it happened 5 years ago. It was 10 years ago. People, forget, remember these things. And it was just like such a really good, like, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
But like, there was not even a hint of anything. He was just like, I wouldn't worry about it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am enjoying this being weekly, but only because we're talking about it. If we weren't discussing it, I'd just be angry.
That's how it used to be. But now
this
we're old.
This is why I still think some shows are better to be weekly. Because if you binge watch, as I've always said, like, if you binge watch stuff, you stop paying attention to some of this. So you're going to miss details because by the second episode, you're on your phone and then you're there, but you're not. Whereas week to week, you're going to pay attention for that half an hour.
Well, like with Lost had been
not me.
Binged, it wouldn't have landed as well because the whole thing with it is that some weird thing would be in the background, like it'd be some fucking guy walking in the background, and everyone would be like, "That guy's he's doing this," and all these theories, and why is there a letter L on this thing? And you just wouldn't have any of that if it was all out at the same time.
Even the first season of True Detective, that was week to week, and it was one of the last shows that I remember being week to week where people were like, oh, "Fuck, what's happening?"
Yeah, because you're like, "Where is this going?" And now it's just like, "Oh, let's just find out."
Well, I think the real last big
You're saying I'm not paying attention to Rick and Morty, is what you're saying. You're saying because I'm watching 3 episodes of that a night.
But no, I think the real last big week-to-week show
stuff
would have been Game of Thrones, wouldn't it? That would have been the one that people were having watch parties, and that's what everyone's talking about that. I never watched it, but
that was less about like mystery and more about who's just going to randomly get fucking murdered, because that was kind of the thing with that show.
Yeah.
Whose tits and dick are we going to see this week?
First couple of seasons of that were so good, though.
I watched one season and didn't get it.
The first season?
Yep.
God, I'm just making sure.
I dipped into the middle. Definitely no idea what was going on.
The thing is, I rewatched the first season after I watched the whole thing. Because I was going to do a complete rewatch and then just stopped after, I think, the second season or third season.
Yeah, right.
But the first season makes so much more sense when you know who everyone is, because they talk about someone. They mention Stannis so often in that first season. He doesn't appear. They didn't even have a fucking casting for that character. He appears in season 2 only. But if you don't know who that is or why it's significant, you just think, okay, there's this guy who's been talked about again.
I didn't watch it till I watched that after season 3 or 4 would come out, and then it was only then I found out Stark's not even in half the show. He dies the first season, and I thought he played a big part in it. No,
he did.
He's gone.
Dilly was dead. Yeah,
he played the part he was born to play.
And they will, the murdered guy.
In there,
yeah. But they will kill anyone. That
was the thing.
Kill anyone.
Yeah, none of your favorite character is not safe,
except
unless
one,
Peter Dinklage,
who they killed and then brought back to life.
Yeah.
Did they do that in the book, or was that for a TV show? Because we needed him back in the ratings.
Oh, really?
Just TV show.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
We need the ratings. That was a bad mistake we made.
I hate when they do shit like that. Like with fucking Mandalorian. They just...
Send Baby Grogu off, and then he's back.
Yeah,
and now he's
it was
getting a
supposed
movie.
to just be a one-season thing, and then they were like, "Oh, we'll keep him for a second season, and then we'll get rid of him." And then they're like, fuck it, he's back."
Yeah, that's what the show is.
I love
I mean,
him.
I understand why. It just annoyed me.
Oh, I understand.
I've got Baby Yoda tattooed on me.
You do?
And the eggs, right?
And the eggs. He's eating the eggs. He's
eating
committing
younglings.
genocide. And that was a joke in this episode. That he's just eating this woman's children.
Yeah. I mean, I understand because Disney literally don't know what people like about Star Wars because they are shocked when they get it right, and they are shocked when they get it wrong. And
So on that note, Andor season 2. There's a trailer.
What the actual fuck?
And then I have to turn the audio off, but this trailer looks very good. But I'm like, what
I
is
turned
going
the trailer
on?
off because I couldn't. Why is there like Britpop in a fucking?
It's so weird. Like
Trailers are dumb now. Trailers back in the day used to be so stock. You just knew what a trailer was going to be, what it was going to sound like, and it just told you if you were going to like the movie or not. Now you're like, well, I don't know.
But why would they have like that music on a trailer for Star Wars? Because Star Wars George
stupid.
Lucas made a choice like in the 70s, which was a good choice. Imagine if Star Wars back then
Had
have
contemporary music.
had like disco music in it, which was recommended to him, and he went,
Well, every other sci-fi movie in the 70s had like synth score.
yes.
You know.
So imagine if he didn't get that to happen, we would have been stuck with. It may have been very different. May not have taken off to what it was.
Of course, now
we do have that. It's just
Yeah,
it wasn't.
and that
in
was
the movie.
awesome still, but yeah, you don't want that in a movie. But I'm hoping that with this, because the trailer does look amazing, but
Yeah,
they go
Doesn't sound
back and
amazing, it looks
realise
amazing.
that this is what people are liking, not the...
I like that
Boba Fett?
Mendelsohn's back as Krennic. It's good stuff.
Yep.
I reckon he's going to bang Mon Mothma.
Is Krennic, he's going to bang Mon Mothma.
Yep.
Okay, sure,
All right.
why not? Why wouldn't they?
They're going for the Game of Thrones thing. We're going to get Mon Mothma's tits out.
I thought you meant they were going to be brother and sister, because that's also a Game of Thrones thing. I can't tell from this trailer, so I guess he's not, but my favourite character from Season 1 was that like middle management Empire dude.
He's in it. He's in it. He's
Is
in
he?
one shot in this. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, because he was excellent.
Yeah. He looks different. Looks like he's got like
He's-
religious vestments on or something.
Ooh,
Or
okay.
it might not be, but he looks
Did
like
you
he's
get
got a
that
robe. or
tailored?
something.
Yes.
Guy's great.
He's also in this fucking show Bodies that you would
Is
love,
he?
Matt. Yes.
Bodies.
Yes. Fucking
Talk about this
sci-fi,
every-
time travel, and fucking
Oh, yeah?
Jack the Ripper shit. Just fucking watch it, you fucking idiot.
All right.
What else you got on your list? This is better than
Got
it.
Counterpart that you told me to watch.
Yeah, that's
Got
good.
that queued up. I've got.
Bodies is
Nice
probably
stuff.
better than Counterpart.
Oh.
But Counterpart might be easier to watch.
I think
That's
I've seen
good.
Bodies. This is the one where it's sort of... There's different time periods, isn't it? Yeah. And
Yeah,
it
you
jumps
watched
back-
it, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched this.
yeah.
No, this was good.
That was good, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix, is it?
Yep.
Yep. All right. I've got that.
Yep.
British science fiction thriller.
Yeah. What more do you need, mate? Mind you,
Oh.
fucking the whole world don't like that there's a gay black man playing Doctor Who right now, do they?
Really? I didn't even know Doctor... I thought they were taking a break from Doctor Who completely for a bit.
Oh,
Or
they
was that
might be
over
after
already?
this.
No.
I don't
I've
know what
not
the
seen any
ratings
of
are
it. I
saying,
don't-
but no,
I lost
But then
interest
again,
in Doctor Who.
I didn't watch any. I haven't watched it since Jodie Whittaker, and not because I
No,
don't
no,
like
no.
women. I need
No, I
to
stopped
make that
before
fucking
that.
perfectly clear.
I stopped
I
at
heard
Peter
that-
Capaldi because
Oh
I was
yeah,
just like,
you're right.
I'm kind of
I
done
stopped
with this.
Capaldi,
I heard
yeah.
that she was kind of good in it, but I think everyone just got a bit
Yeah.
over Doctor Who.
I like
and I
her.
thought they were taking
I
a
love
break
her.
to reset again. Like, a few years, let it...
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
And then we wait for the gritty reboot,
yes.
the Game of Thrones Doctor Who.
You see his dick finally.
That's behind the scenes in Doctor Who with Tennant and what's his
Yeah.
name's daughter, Peter Davidson's daughter.
What?
Isn't he David Tennant married
Oh,
the
yes,
actress
yes.
who played his daughter in the show, the Doctor's
But
daughter,
different
and
different
who was
iteration.
Peter Davidson's daughter, who played
Oh, in
Doctor
real
Who.
life?
Correct, yes.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure it's Peter Davidson.
But it's hard. I think it'd be pretty hard to sort of start a romantic relationship when you're
The
pretending
handsome
that
one.
that's your daughter.
Yeah, Georgia Tennant is Peter Davidson's daughter, David Tennant's wife, played the Doctor's
And
daughter
play the daughter.
in the show, and that's how they met, apparently.
Yeah. But he might... I mean, that's two out of three, so you must just be like, oh, this is Georgia. She's not my daughter. Like, she didn't even play my daughter. She played his daughter and also played by him, and she is his daughter. But she's not my daughter.
My daughter.
So she's 40. How old's David Tennant? 53. Okay, so it's not that weird.
I mean, not crazy. Yeah.
No, it's not that weird.
I do have something weird I want to bring up, but I'm going to wait for the after party as well. Something that just hit me
Tease
recently.
it now.
It involves Natalie Portman. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Ooh, all right.
Something weird hit me about.
That would entice me.
Bit of weird Natalie Portman news coming in the after party.
Teasing a lot for the after party tonight, and I don't know why.
You want that? You want that $100?
Yeah, I do.
Luke, you've been playing more Avowed?
No, because I've been playing Yakuza Life as a Pirate or something. But I'm going to go back to Avowed because I am enjoying that as well.
I just got to it. Yeah,
Oh,
I
you've
got
played
to a
it
new
before?
city today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought you might have played it, Matt. I wasn't sure whether you were implying you had played it or that you just were going to play it.
No, I did. So I messaged you guys because I didn't know. I don't know how I didn't know this. That I didn't know it's Pillars of Eternity. I don't know how I didn't know that. So the intro started and they were talking about
The Godlike?
I
Or?
can't remember the name of the world and then certain character and like Wodika, the god Wodika, and I was like, oh, I know this.
I know that.
So you actually
And I was
know
like,
more about it than
oh.
us. Well, me, because I never played Pillars.
No, I
so-
didn't play it.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
played through the Hollowborn Crisis in Pillars of Eternity 1. So if they mentioned that, I was
And
there
you
for
know
that.
what it is? Yep. You s-
So I guess this is obviously set afterwards. And then I was like, I don't think it is. But I was like, is this Jeremy Irons doing the narration? I don't think it is. It just sounds like
It
it.
could be. Is he talking about
Googled.
marrying his son?
Jeremy Irons Avowed. I don't think so. It just sounds like him. No, I don't.
There's
Nah,
a
it's
lot
not
of...
popping up.
I tell you, there's only one thing I don't buy in this. There's a dwarf. I don't know if you have to, but I had a dwarf companion at one stage.
The little blue guy? Oh, no.
No, not him. An actual dwarf.
Oh,
that
yes,
guy's
yes.
annoying.
Yes.
But he's got an American accent, and I'm like, dwarves have to be Welsh or Scottish or Cornish.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a
Don't
fucking
worry.
American dwarf.
Once you get a little bit further, you can choose who your companions are, and you can just leave him at camp.
Yeah, he's a bit of a he's a bit too negative for my his vibe brings my vibe down.
It's not Jeremy Irons. It's a different
not.
actor. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't met any dwarves yet. Just that little blue feathery
The little
looking
blue
dude.
guy.
Yeah.
Look,
Who
I
seems a
see
bit whingy to me.
I do see he's
but
getting
we'll see.
some negative feedback online, and I think people are going. I think people are upset because it's not Skyrim, but
I've
it's
seen
not.
a lot of negative feedback, but I haven't actually been able to find what the feedback is. I've just heard people saying, "Don't fucking play this. This is everything that's wrong with gaming," and I'm like, "What? I love
Really?
this. I'm having a lot of fun with this."
It's a little bit clunky, but
And as I said, like it's a little bit like streamlined. Like it's not
Yeah.
really open world.
at first it was like I guess I was trying to interact with everything, but you just can't.
You don't-
And
yeah.
that put me
Yeah,
off a
no.
bit at first.
yeah.
But actually, then I was like, well, it's kind of nice to be honest, because
Yeah.
I'm not just
If you can
picking up
interact with
fucking
something,
wheels
you're
of
meant to
cheese
do
and
it.
fucking
Yeah.
everything like in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in this, the room could be full of stuff, but unless it's glowing,
Yeah.
don't
worry
bother.
about
Yeah,
it.
it's not.
Yeah, you can't pick it up.
It's not interesting.
Yeah, and you might actually have a weapon rack with two like pre-rendered swords on it, and one sword that clearly you can pick up. You know?
And the others are just.
Yeah. I'll say though,
Yeah.
it's very generous giving you shit. Like
Right.
if you get into a skirmish or if you raid a camp or something, there'll be a chest, there'll be shit in it. Like
Yep.
it rewards you. If you find a little hidey hole and go and explore it, there will be something to pick up from there.
The one advice I can give you is once you've got your camp, pay attention to what weapons you like and learn
Yeah.
how to make sure you're prepared to upgrade. Because that's
I was
all it
trying to
is. You
figure
need
out how to do that,
upgrade.
but you can't do it just without.
No, you got to.
I've literally only done the intro mission, and then I got to the first city.
Yeah, once you get to the camp, that's where you can upgrade weapons, and you need to upgrade the first city.
You make your camp, first camp.
Yeah, haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
I really like so far the way it seems like magic works with the book. Is that that's just how it all works? That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
where you equip a book.
Yeah,
in your
and you just read spells out of that book
and then,
while you're in combat.
But it's like you use it as your attack, and he holds the book up, and then you hit the button for the spell. Yeah, that's really clever. I've never played a game where that was the mechanic. It's good.
It's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's a great game. I'm going to go back and play more.
I've been playing it. I'm in the next town now. I just got there. I'm putting all my points in that spell that you can cast, which in the first instance it was just like basically force lightning somebody, but then I've got 2 more levels of it now, and it bounces off them and goes to other people, kind of like the arc in the end of Raiders,
like chain lightning.
Chain lightning. So, like, I just walk up to people and just fucking start zapping the first one, and, like, 2-3 other people will also start flopping around on the ground. I'm like, this is good. I'm liking this.
Maybe I should have invested in that. I still can. It's not that hard. That's a good thing, because even if you want to change, you don't have to really learn your skills. It's all about just upgrading the weapon.
That's right. Something else,
The way the magic works is making me want to do magic in it.
Now,
for sure.
Climbing up things makes me fall. I'm very bad at climbing things. I find that mechanic is not great. And for some reason, when you fall, you pull out your sword. It's like, not only do I have to climb that back up, but I've got to unequip this now too.
But I need to ask Matt.
In case you have to attack the ground on the
You've now seen the inventory system.
Yes.
Do you understand what's so great about it?
Revolutionary.
I still think it's just a slow news leak for that brighter.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite well organised and everything. I wonder if that's what they mean, where it's not just like a big bucket. Everything's split into types.
But that's been around for...
Yeah, Skyrim has that.
Sort of. It's easy to... Skyrim's inventory is very clunky to navigate, though.
No, but it still breaks them up into, like, armour.
True.
Weapons.
I think... But the way that this is laid out like a spreadsheet with tabs is very convenient to... and quick. So I think it is well designed. But yeah, it didn't...
Stop changing the world.
It reminds me of... there was a mod for Oblivion... And I wonder if that's what this is based on. That reorganized the Oblivion inventory. It was very good. It reminds me of it.
Okay.
A lot of those little things that you pick up to, like the items for building, crafting, upgrading, have no weight either. So you don't have to like sacrifice.
I've not been over encumbered at all, and
neither.
I'm running around picking up everything. I do get sell weapons pretty quickly because that's where the weight is in weapons and up.
Yeah.
Everything else is...
Oh, I got a nice set of armour today that I'm wearing now. It's nice. It's nice.
Is someone running?
I was tapping on the desk.
Got excited about his armour.
Yeah, I did get excited. I had to break up with a prostitute. In the game.
I was going to say, stay on topic, Dan.
Because I was playing this game too much. I was like, I don't have time.
We've got some prostitute news. Should we leave that for the after party, or?
Yeah, look, we're almost in the after party.
Yeah.
So the viewers can wait 10 minutes, and plus the 11th minute where you go and sign up on Patreon, patreon.com/multiplenerdgasm. But the Razzie Awards happened this week, and I want to go through these.
Okay.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So, we'll just start with worst film of the year.
Go on.
There were some pretty shit films this year. Anyone want to guess, or do you want me to just blurt it out?
I already opened it.
Okay. Well, it's Madam Web, which I didn't see.
Was it this year or last year?
No, it was last year.
But even then, I was like, oh, okay.
But I can believe that because I never saw it, had no interest in seeing, and you just heard terrible things about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and people online were like, they must have changed the story halfway through the edit.
Yeah, that was interesting.
There's just so much weird stuff happening off screen and people talking when you can't see their mouths moving. And
I want to know if they're going to finally understand that they can't make this work without Spider-Man and just...
What are you doing?
But why?
I guess Venom works okay. They're on to the third one.
The third one, which I got. But even the third one, like that came out I didn't see any marketing or anything for it. It's just I saw I can buy it now, and
Suddenly
I
it was
didn't even
out,
know.
yeah.
But it's not even about just the fact that there isn't Spider-Man. It's like what we said. Like, what the fuck happened to this movie? Like, you made it and then changed it all, and like, there's dialogue that doesn't match people's mouths, and that like what do you? Why? It surprises you that this is not doing well.
Yeah.
Like,
because
what the fuck did you do?
Like, when they wrote the script, whoever the writer of the script was, and they brought it into you and said,
"That's when you change it."
Yeah. Like, okay, but these are not after you've made the movie,
right? But I guess not anymore. Moves too fast for that.
But that's that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
It's
they
a
keep
factory
doing this. Look at that Kraven the Hunter thing.
Yeah,
where they've got
like
that fucking animated still of the person's mouth moving. Like,
Yeah,
I think they
Stop
honestly
it.
just
Just
need
fix it
to
beforehand.
finally just go. We don't deserve the rights to make this anymore. Like,
yeah. Here you go, Marvel.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
you're
Such a-
borderline don't deserve it anyway. Even but your Spider-Man,
but
still
still
pretty
doing
good.
better than this.
people. I saw a very funny complaint about the new Captain America the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It was so I haven't seen it, obviously,
No.
but it was it might have been on Instagram, a reel where someone was showing a clip. I don't know if it's from like a cam of it or whatever. It was a clip from the movie. I don't know how they got it, but they were like, "This is ridiculous. This is impossible. Fucking MCU is dead to me," because there's a shot where Red Hulk, Harrison Ford as Red Hulk, is swinging like a telegraph pole or something or telephone pole at a bunch of soldiers, and Captain America, the new Captain America, who is Falcon, flies in and grabs it to protect them, and then the guy was like, "He's not a superhero. He's fucking dead now." Like, the Hulk hit his arms with a telephone pole, like
Right.
that, nonsensical. And I was like, I think maybe you need to lower your expectations
that's
as
right.
far
Like-
as suspension of disbelief goes.
Like, yeah, it's a comic book movie. Just accept it. You don't need
But
to
I was like,
analyze
I mean, you're
stuff
right.
like that.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
No,
that was
the
always
thing
going to be
is-
the issue with him being Captain America, is that he's not a superhero. He just has a backpack that lets him fly.
yes,
Yeah.
and the shield now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still attached to his arms.
Yes.
that are normal arms.
Which
Yeah.
those bones will shatter.
Right.
But it's a comic book movie. Just go with
No,
it.
I was going to say maybe they addressed that, but whoever this guy criticizing is would have known that too. So no,
You don't
think
know
this
these
guy
days.
definitely
Maybe that's
would have
the only
known.
thing he's seen.
yeah,
Is that clip.
Anyway, it just made me laugh because I was like, okay,
yeah.
mental note.
Yeah.
Don't care about stuff like that if I watch this movie.
Yeah.
Which I won't.
But the funny thing is, Marvel used to be more careful than that, I think. So maybe that's what he means
Yeah.
too. It's just that, like, when you watch
Yeah, I
Iron
suppose so.
Man, you don't go, "Oh, come on!" Like, you just go, "Fuck yeah!" So, but maybe that's just a sign that the movies themselves aren't as good anymore.
No, because I mean, I think it depends. Because Guardians played loose with that stuff too. Because, for example, when Drax fights Ronan in the first one, he gets his ass kicked and he's hurt. In the second Guardians movie, when the ship crashes and Drax is fucking smashing into trees, and then like,
Oh, yeah.
like he's just hanging out the back of the ship on a piece of rope, and he's like
True,
smashing
yeah.
through these, and then it crashes, and he's like, ha 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 ha, like he's not hurt. Like, they play loose with that
Yeah,
stuff.
true.
But that was a good movie, so it doesn't matter.
That is exactly right. That's the difference. Well, speaking of which, the other movies that were up for Worst Picture that didn't get it, the runner-ups, Borderlands.
Oh yeah,
Which
yeah.
Did anyone watch it?
I
No.
did.
You did.
Oh, did you?
I did, and
Was that good? You didn't even mention it.
it was not good. And I think it's because I think they changed midway through. We're not going
Yep.
for the R rating. We're going for PG-13, which
Switched
is
from Eli Roth to what's his name, the guy who did the first Deadpool, and Tim Miller, right?
But yeah, like you
I think-
changed like. Borderlands should be an R movie. It's a lot of blood and
Yes.
murder and guns, and it's not.
Inappropriate sexual humor.
Yeah, so that's what happened to that.
Mm.
They got scared.
Yeah. Well, Joker 2 is in here, following
Oh, yeah.
Ardeur,
Anyone
which I
seen
didn't
that?
see. I
Yeah.
have no interest
Don't
in
care
seeing
about
it.
it.
But also,
the first one
every
was
person
perfect.
that I know who saw it went, "It's fucking garbage." Like,
Like, the
anyway,
first one was
Megalopolis
great.
I saw,
is on this list as well.
Oh, is it? I
watched
saw Lady
half of
Gaga on Hot
Megalopolis.
Ones, and she was more down to earth and charming than I expected.
Oh, okay.
Let's put that out there.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why I thought she was. I assumed she was kind of a bit pretentious. And I wouldn't
the
like
meat
her,
dress.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe you got her on a good day.
but also she's basically a character at this point, so who knows?
Yeah. Megalopolis. When I popped it on, I was like, "This is going to be a train wreck," but I'll watch it crash. And actually, the first maybe 30 minutes, I was like, "I quite like this." And then it started disappearing up its own ass. Yeah. Right. You know that, is it the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail?
Yeah.
Imagine if the tail was just going up its own ass.
Right.
You want to know the only reason why I know what that's called?
Yeah.
Red dwarf.
The
If it
Ouroboros.
was a red dwarf, I would not know what that snake was called.
I know
Rob
it from
or
the
Ross.
Neverending Story. Originally.
Yeah. Have we talked about the weird production of Neverending Story on this podcast?
I don't
I
remember.
don't think so.
Flag that for next week because we're getting to
All
the
right.
end. I'll rattle off the rest of these Razzies.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So, worst actress, Dakota Johnson for Madam Web.
Really? I feel like it's not her fault.
It doesn't mean...
She's not a
just
bad
doesn't
actress,
mean-
I think, generally, is she? Oh, I guess I haven't seen her in
Is she
anything much.
only in that
50 Shades.
50 Shades of Grey?
No, she's in
Or
other stuff.
Is she? I don't know her from...
Wasn't
other
she
than
in that movie that Qantas made everybody watch? Where she's like getting a gear off in that? Remember there was that story about how it was a Qantas flight
And there was like
entertainment system wasn't working
so
properly.
they put on a movie.
So they
and
took
that
a
was
vote
the
and
movie.
everyone wanted to watch the sex movie. And then and the parents with the kids were like, fuck you.
Wow, that's so weird.
I have read ahead
Worst
and I
screenplay.
call bullshit on the actor.
Oh, you think... Oh, right. So, best actor...
Worst actor.
Worst actor.
Worst actor.
Jerry
You think
Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld's a great actor?
I don't think
Oh.
he was playing Jerry Seinfeld in Unfrosted, like in the movie.
Right.
Like I don't
Did you
think he
watch
was the worst.
Unfrosted?
Yeah, I didn't mind. It was a
Well, Amy Schumer also won Worst Supporting Actress for that movie. Was she bad?
yeah, she was
Usually
bad.
is.
Yeah, nothing's changed there.
Director, but worst director, Francis Ford Coppola for Megalopolis.
Oh, wow.
I
How the
mean-
mighty have fallen.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe
I mean,
it's not his fault.
Verhoeven's won a
'cause
Razzie
it's-
too, but...
Yeah, but he went and
Verhoeven's awesome.
collected it.
Yeah,
right?
I know. He redeemed
Yeah.
himself instantly.
Francis Ford Coppola went on Twitter straight away and just started talking about how you just don't understand it if you don't like it.
But
Yeah, Verhoeven
if
did
only
that.
you understand it, there's a problem.
Yeah, that's right. And then 2 awards for Joker. Worst sequel and worst
Right.
on-screen combo for Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga.
I might watch it one day, but I don't know why they followed up. They said at
I
the
mean,
time
they're trying
Joker was going to
something
be a
new, I guess.
standalone, and it was a great standalone.
Well,
It worked
evidently,
well.
and again, I haven't seen it, but evidently, like it is a full-on musical. Like you know,
Yes.
we've joked on maybe it's just one sequence or something. No, apparently it's a full-on musical all the way through. Apparently, the songs are garbage, and then evidently, whatever kind of interesting plot they start setting up in the first half stops, and then the whole second half is just like a taking itself way too seriously courtroom drama. And you're
Right.
like, what is going on?
I saw Kojima loved it and was like, said on Twitter, I think, he said something about people will realize in a few years what a masterpiece it is and revisit
I
it.
do have to see it.
And I was like, I don't know, man.
Well, we
I've
have
heard
been called out
pretty bad
before
things.
by going other people's reviews, and then we come back and we watch and we go. "It's not
That's
actually-"
true. I've
Yeah.
loved things people hated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like The Acolyte.
the Acolyte was
But
great.
remember, I still can't get over when people are going, there's space lesbians and stuff. It's a coven of witches. Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect?
And when somebody's like, "Oh, the characters are they thems," no,
Nah.
she just didn't know how to
Yeah.
talk about an alien.
Yeah.
It was a funny joke. You could have made it in the pre-woke era, just as
Yes.
just as the same.
I would
without
argue
a word of
it was kind of a little bit at the expense of the woke crowd.
Yeah.
'Cause it was
Yeah.
like, yeah. Not in a mean way, but
No.
like, I don't. I did not. We've done this before. I did not understand the hatred for that show. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was. I didn't think it was really good. I thought it was good, but I certainly thought it was one of the best recent Star Wars things.
Yeah, it did something different. It was like it wasn't perfect,
and it was the second most streamed thing on Disney Plus. So if everyone hated it as much as they did, they seemed to watch it an awful lot.
Yeah,
and every the nitpicky things people were talking about, when I saw it, I was like, "Come on,
that's fine."
People were going in to pick that movie apart. Or pick that show apart. Like, that was...
What I thought I was going to hate about it was the cast, because I'd seen all this press stuff beforehand, and that ruined it for me.
The guy,
or at least I thought it was
Anakin blew up the Death Star, that guy.
Yeah,
Which,
all of that stuff.
I think with the stuff why people hate that is... I honestly think it comes down to jealousy a little bit.
Yes.
That when an actor gets something wrong like that for something that
I
you
knew
love...
it.
He got to Star Wars and he doesn't even know. Yeah, absolutely. Because he doesn't need to know. He's a fucking actor.
Yeah.
He reads the words that are written on the script.
Yep.
Like,
And he's a good actor. So
his character in the fucking show is a fucking idiot as well.
Yeah.
So it fits that he's kind of like dopey and, you know...
Death Star hasn't even happened yet.
Yep.
How would he know? Yeah. That's silly. Acolyte's good. Watch it, listeners.
Yep.
Yeah, watch it. Or don't watch it. Whatever.
Did you watch all of
Not
it?
getting-
Did you guys
not getting
watch
a
all of
second
it?
season. Yeah, I watched it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the fucking lightsaber fight in the last episode was like great because it was something new.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really, really well choreographed and
Yeah,
cool.
I'll give you that. Yeah, certainly better than lightsaber fights in the fucking Obi-Wan show.
Like when they start
Yeah.
fighting and they go through there's like a walkway and then there's a shot from the outside and you fucking see the lightsabers coming through the wall and the spike and I was like, fuck yeah, that's sick. That's what we should have had more of in Star Wars because lightsabers
Could
go
do
through
shit.
everything. It just, I was like, yes.
Except other lightsabers.
Yeah. No, I really liked it.
And swords.
Someone fight a lightsaber with a sword?
Vibro blades or whatever the fuck they're called.
There's the Mandalorian. They've got the
Beskar.
Oh, yeah.
Beskar.
No, but even before that, in Knights of the Republic, the vibro blades can stop a lightsaber for some reason. I think maybe they're made of cortosis. That's the word. Cortosis weave, right?
Yep. I'll say yes.
Anyway. Before we go, one more main show thing. Did you watch the trailer for this new Terminator 2 game?
No.
Came
Yes,
out
I
of
fucking
nowhere.
did. It's
Click
not
on
what you
it.
think, Luke.
Click on it. I was like,
I'm clicking along.
I'm fucking amazed that this got made. It looks incredible.
It looks like the SNES game we deserved and never got.
Yes.
Do I have to dust off my Mega Drive for this?
It's on the Xbox, Luke. You do not.
How good.
It's a 16-bit era, I would say, looking
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
side scroller.
second gen Sega.
Yeah.
I thought this must have been a joke. Like that somebody had just made this as a fan video. I had to Google it to find out.
No, it's real.
It's
a game
happening.
coming
September
out.
5th, have to wait. Oh, you get to play as everyone as well. It's
Yep,
not
play
just...
Sarah Connor, you play as Arnie.
Yep. You get to run away from a truck.
I'll say this: the Amiga Terminator 2 game was quite good. It was better than the arcade game. It had essentially every level was a different type of mini game. So it was an arcade brawler for the first level, and then
This
it was
looks a bit like that too.
top down. Yeah, which is why this reminds me a little bit of the Amiga.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because this looks like it's like a platformer and then like a
And then you're in the truck.
yeah, right, exactly. Or
Yep.
on the bike and all that.
On the bike,
Yeah,
being
on the
followed
bike,
by the
yeah.
truck, rather. That was a
Yep.
level in the Amiga.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
I
this was
think
great,
this
and
is-
it came out of nowhere. I didn't even know this was being made. I guess nobody did. They just dropped this trailer and it fucking blew everybody's mind.
I think they dropped it too soon, though.
Yeah,
September is a long way away.
Yeah. I think this would have been a good trailer to drop like a month beforehand.
Yeah.
Because, I think it's... Once you know
Mate,
it's
if
ready...
this came out and said available now, they'd have my
Yes.
money already.
Yes. Like, that's the type of
Absolutely.
stuff. This would have been great. Like, there was just the Xbox Indie Showcase or one of those things, which this would have been the perfect game for... Play the trailer, everyone go, wow, and then you go, available now.
That's your favourite thing, isn't it?
Why do you say
Yes.
it so sexily, though? That's what I want to know.
I'm
Because I get
available
super
now.
I get super excited about when they do that.
$100 on the Patreon.
Patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm.
It's great when they do that. Not the announcement for something to get excited and, oh, yeah, it's about 4 or 5 years away.
Cyberpunk, 11 years.
Yes.
I was watching this, or listening to this podcast the other day, and they mentioned their Patreon, and one of the hosts says, "Did you know that I've read this week where the word Patreon comes from?" He goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, a Patreon is a fish that it's like it leeches off all the other fish in the ocean." He's like, "Oh shit, really?" He's like, "No, that was a joke." And I'm like, "Oh man, you totally had me for a sec there."
Really?
I assume it's
Just
a play on
playing the
patron.
word patron, surely.
Yeah.
Yes.
That patron.com wasn't available, so they were like, let's put an E in there.
Yeah.
Almost certainly where it comes from.
Yes. It has to. I'll look into it. I'll have a report on that for you, everyone, next week.
Right, well, speaking of Patreon, we're going to the after party now. Mm-hmm. You're welcome to join us.
Yep.
Go to patreon.com/multiplenerdgasm for free. You can sign up and get updates in your inbox. For $1 a month, you can get the show early. And for $5 a month, you get the after party as well.
Sweet,
and then you can
after party.
And
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think you do get the show in your feed anymore for free because I can't do that anymore because they fucked up the video thing. So I apologize if I'm misleading you there. I need to figure out what to do about that.
We'll work something out for you.
Yeah.
And if you're a sister and you've dated both Matt and our friend Dick, write in. Get in touch with the show.
Don't. She's not listening.
I'd love to hear from you.
She's not listening, but her sister is and telling her what we say about her.
Yeah.
Or at least has been in the past because I've gotten nasty messages about it.
Oh, have you? Well, is this not the first time that we've called her out on this show? I mean, I'm not surprised. We've been doing
It's
this
not
show
the first
for
time, and it's not the
15
worst
years.
thing we've ever said about her either.
We didn't really
What did we
call
say?
her out
Hold
on the show. The calling out is she dated Matt. Is that really a call out?
Oh, yeah.
Well, hold on. Let's go to the after party,
stop.
and then you can remind
That's the
me
best
what
thing
I
that ever
said
happened
about
to her, Dan.
Oh, now you're getting a nasty email again.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.